politicals out there in the tubosphere. Welcome to the Politai'Chi, where the center left meets the center right. What do I mean by that? When you strip away the positive and the negative, or the negative and the positive, you are left with common centricity. Common sense, center, centricity, you get what I'm saying. Alright, so until I can find a flesh and blood Republican around here who's right of center, because I'm somewhat right of center, but a little more left of center, but I'm still a centrist. Our co-host is going to be an over 100-year-old from the Meiji Restoration period. It was depicted quite well in The Last Samurai, of which some of you may have heard of. Ken Watanabe playing Katsumoto was a real figure. The final clash between the last vestiges of the daimyo period in Japan, the samurai, and Emperor Meiji, who realized that we got to get up to speed with the European powers. The beginning of which, as you may recall, may have been depicted in Shogun quite well when Richard Chamberlain was the man on point. So this statue, being a music box doll, I like to think of more as a representation of that period, which it's from. We're always going to start off with a little bit of a humorous clip. I'm not ever going to know which show from MSNBC this is going to come up from, except to say this show is copyright to the Politai'Chi, with brief video highlights courtesy to MSNBC or NBC News. The OMSR. Yeah, we're doing this show from the same stage of the OMSR, which you may have never seen. That's not important. The Politai'Chi does not own these video highlights, but does own all of the other original content and the overall concept herein thereof. Therefore, down AJ, most rights reserved. Alright. Humorous clip. 1, roll.
Back to Hardball. Amid all the tragedy we've witnessed from the bombings of the Boston Marathon, it's good to take a step back and witness all the signs of support we've seen for Bostonians. One of the most notable was at Yankee Stadium last night. We talked about this last night. It was the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry seemed to be honoring a truce last night, right from the start with this. Look at it. United We Stand video board featuring logos from both teams. There it is, the Yanks and the Sox. Between the third and fourth innings, as I said last night, the Yankee fans did what until this week would have been unthinkable. They sang along to the Fenway Park favorite, Sweet Caroline. How do they know the ho, ho, ho? That's key to being at the game. Anyway, the song was also played at Wrigley Field, Dodger Stadium, Cincinnati's Great American Ballpark, among other ballparks. The Milwaukee Brewers went a different direction, playing the theme song from Cheers, the great sitcom that's set in a neighborhood bar up in Boston. Anyway, the Red Sox played the Indians last night at Cleveland's Progressive Field, but part of home was in the dugout. In this jersey, look at it there, 617, that's Boston's area code, and the word strong. That's well done. Over to late night, Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert summed up the people of Boston and the national response.
Whoever did this obviously did not know about the people of Boston. For Pete's sake, Boston was founded by the Pilgrims. A people so tough, they had to buckle their hats on. A city that made it through the Big Dig, a construction project that backed up traffic for 16 years. I mean, there are commuters just getting home now.
New Yorkers and Boston obviously have kind of a little bit of a competition. Oftentimes the two cities accusing each other of various levels of suckitude, but it is in situations like this that we realize that it is clearly a sibling rivalry, and that we are your brothers and sisters in this type of event. You got a hell of a city going there, and you've done an incredible job in the face of all this.
And Stephen Colbert and, of course, Jon Stewart. Well, the community aspect of Boston is unmistakable, of course. Boston native Dennis Lehane, he's author of several well-known novels, including the Boston-centric Gone Baby Gone, summed it up like this in an op-ed today. Two different friends text me the identical message yesterday. They messed with the wrong city. This wasn't a macho sentiment. It wasn't bring it on or a similarly insipid bit of posturing. The point wasn't how we were going to mass in the coffee shops of the South End to figure out how to retaliate. What a Bostonian means when he or she says they messed with the wrong city is, you don't think this changes anything, do you?